and welcome back to my Study Abroad Experience series. Here I'm sharing lessons I learned as an international student, and in this video I'll be talking about 8 benefits of studying abroad. I know that there's so many things you stand to gain as an international student when you study overseas. So why 8, you may ask? I've also asked myself this question. What I realized is that these are the things that had significant impact on my experience, and I'm still reaping from them. Don't be afraid, just good things only. So yes, I acknowledge that there are several benefits you stand to gain as an international student, and if the things I've listed here, if the ones you benefited are not on this list, feel free to share it in the comment section. And while you are here, if you have not subscribed, now is the time. Kindly subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to like my video, like this one, and like my subsequent videos. Okay, so what are the 8 things that I benefited as an international student? Why should you study abroad? The first one is that you experience a different style of learning. You know, every country has an education system. Granted, there will be similarities here and there between countries. I mean, that is why countries have study abroad programs, right? But each country has its own unique style of teaching, of learning, and even programs to suit the needs of that country. As an international student, you will experience those differences. And this can be very handy. They can be very handy and become useful in your career, because then you can quickly adapt to different management styles. Because what I found is that these teaching styles, whether it is a facilitator, authority, or hybrid of all, whatever the teaching styles, they have similarities with workplace management styles. So you would be able to quickly adapt to these different workplace management styles. Besides the different teaching styles, the programs are also different. Like I talked about in my top 5 reasons for studying abroad. The programs are also different. You get to see your program in a different perspective. Another bonus is that you have unrestricted access to high impact journals and database. That's if you're into the research, master's by research and doctoral thesis, PhD I mean. I benefited from this greatly. I was able to, for my research, go through historical data, review work that has been done in that area, and find the trends as well as find my own niche. So it was very useful for me. The second benefit of studying abroad is that you can take advantage of lower tuition fees. And in some countries, no tuition fee at all. Imagine if you have scholarship or some research grant or some kind of funding. Even if you don't have this research grant or funding, that is if you are self-funded or you're sponsored by your parents or guarantor, whatever, you will still save a whole lot of money. In my case, I did my studies in New Zealand, and they have a system where they have a system to attract researchers. So as a PhD student, I paid the same fees as a domestic student. That is 1/5 of the tuition fees. Imagine the cost savings there. So it's really mind-blowing. Now, this advantage will really make sense if your funding is in currencies that are stronger or compete very well with the currency of your host country. If the currency is weaker, if the currency is weaker than the host country, you can still benefit some things. For instance, the financial burden would be lower compared to if you were, had to pay full tuition fees, international tuition fees, or higher ones, or had to pay fees at all for those countries that don't pay tuition fees. The financial burden will be lower, granted. It will not be as significant as if the currency was stronger. Another thing that studying abroad affords you is a chance to make new friends and grow your network of people. These friends can become lifelong, and they can contribute significantly to your personal and career growth. I mean, we've heard of stories that people were referred for good jobs, life-changing jobs even, by people they met at uni. This is not to say that you have to travel and study abroad and become an international student to make new friends. Absolutely not. What I'm trying to say here is that as an international student, you have to connect with people in order to adapt as well as have a good experience. For me, I've made a lot of friends at uni, and it is through this friendship that I got to experience my first ever Korean wedding. I see it in movies, but I got to see it firsthand. So these new connections can also lead to you learning a new language, because the people you are meeting and interacting with are all from different cultures and upbringing. Even the country you are in, they have a different culture unique to them. So you'll find at the end of the day, you have a better appreciation and understanding of culture and cultural differences. Not only that, you can learn a new language, especially if you're in countries that are taught, that education is taught and the textbooks, everything are in their local language. So you would have to learn their language, right, in order for you to pass. Even if you're not in those countries, being an international student can, spark your interest to learning a new language. You could use language apps, which are available these days. In my case, I'm learning Mandarin, so this is my Mandarin video.
你好，早上好。I'm here to tell you that 我很高兴，你也很高兴。不客气，再见。
So, how do you rate my Mandarin? It better be a 5 out of 5, okay? Anyway, still on the benefits of studying abroad. My experience as an international student led me to finding new interests. For instance, I'm vlogging. I also found that I'm very interested in adrenaline rush activities. Who would have thought? Moreover, I have learned different ways of spending time and creating memories with my family and friends. It also opened me up to different career opportunities, some of which I never knew existed. This is due to internships. Okay, I did not attend or have any internship, but people do have internships. So you could do that through internship, career fairs, industrial research for those who have their research in partnership with an industry, factory visits, and even just simply chatting with fellow international students, domestic students, or people in the society and your flatmates and all that, opens up career opportunities for you. This is one of the top 5 reasons to study abroad that I talked about. You can check out the video. I've put the link in this video. You can go to it and check it out later. I learned how to present my soft skills in a manner that is attractive to employers, which is something most people find difficult. Overall, just being an international student gives you the advantage to thrive in global cross-cultural environments, and it's expected that your understanding of international policies related to your field of interest is much better, and this is very attractive to employers. And my favorite of them all is international travel. Many people take up their studies abroad not only to get a degree, but also because they want to travel and see the world, go to places that they would not normally visit if not for studies. For me, it was New Zealand. Before my PhD, I didn't know much about New Zealand, but since I've been here, I don't waka dupe. I have explored the country. I'm lucky to be in New Zealand because it's a very touristy place, so tourism is a big thing here. They take it very seriously, so there's so many things to do. Besides exploring my New Zealand, I've also had a chance to visit Australia, which is one of the benefits of studying abroad. You not only have the opportunity to explore this new country, but you also have the chance to visit the neighboring countries. Those in the Schengen region will understand what I mean. I traveled with friends, my new friends that I've made here, as well as sometimes I go solo too. Solo traveling is good on its own, but I find that I like traveling more with friends, because who's going to take your photo, Quite different if you're just visiting, because you are here longer, so you have a more intimate relationship with the country than if you're just visiting for a few weeks and going back. The last but not the least benefit of being an international student is personal growth and development. I think this is the most important of them all. So as an international student, you are new to this country, you probably have never been to that country before, so you would have to adapt. You will learn new things, you'll be faced with challenges. I talked about this in top 5 reasons why people travel, why people study abroad. You will get more confidence in your ability to make decisions, to take up challenges, to solve problems, because of because you're in this new country and you were presented with so many opportunities. So you've done that over and over again, so your confidence builds up. Not only that, you develop your palate. I mean, who would have thought that on Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, I'll be eating insect-filled ice cream. My goodness. Anyway, I love food, so that's not a problem. I like to try food. So as an international student, you'll get to try exotic foods. Make sure you share these photos and pictures and the experience with your family and friends. What else? You develop your soft skills. Soft skills are things that are not really measured, and we take it for granted most times. We're mainly focused on technical skills that are related to the physical that can be measured. These soft skills are not measured, and they are what plays they have great importance in our interaction and relationship with people, in our how we lead projects, how we, in short, overall, they have significant impact on our overall view to life. This is what being an international student you will learn, because you have to connect with people, you have to make new friends, you have to physically adapt, you have to deal with emotions, so many things. So at the end of the day, you'll find that you have improved personally, your personal growth, you've improved. So you become a much better and independent, confident person. These are some of the key things that I benefited as an international student, and it's a combination of all my study abroad experience, both the one I did for my master's in UK and my PhD in New Zealand. If you have something else that you gained and it's not amongst this list, remember, you can feel free to share it in the comment section. It may be beneficial to somebody, and it could also even help me realize something that I actually gained, which I didn't really think about. Don't forget, you can get more details at my blog, thesassyengineer.com. The address is here. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.